bring another shirt? How much?
Hello, my name's Frank Castillo, and welcome to Buddies. I'm very, very high. This is JP Noda. Hello, JP.
What's up,
like
guys?
To say words? Today's guest is Andrew Samuel. He gave me a dope tattoo of a pineapple with guns on it. Yeah, that's the rest of the episode.
That's how we're outroing every episode now.
Him just dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do some dabs and we'll just get into it.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, sounds great, man. I'm excited. Friday night, just got done with the tattoo.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was great too, by the way.
Thank you.
Tattoo was awesome because it was just like, you know, when I have tattoo ideas, it's always like I always like letting the artist do it.
Yeah.
You know, I always have a fun concept. And the anxiety I felt when you were like, all right, what do you want to get? And I was like, listen, this might seem like a crazy idea, but I want a pineapple with guns. And you were just like, I fucking love it. And I was like, all right, dope.
It's such a sick idea. So, like, I don't know. It gets boring, you know, doing the same things over and over again, like skulls and roses and this and that. So when somebody asks me for something unique like that, you know, I usually try to jump on it.
Absolutely.
Right, for sure. It's just, it makes it more fun.
Yeah.
If you can, the banana fritter's nuts. It has that, like, the banana OG that Fresh Baked had it tasted more like banana, like rind, but like in the best way. Like it was planty instead of like a lot of the banana OGs are very sweet and almost candy like. And so I really fucked with it. Yeah. I think it's a cherry fritter they mixed that one with. And so it has a lot of the animal cookies on the back too. So it's a little funk.
It's also nice to take a good dab right after a long day's work. How many tattoos have you done this trip?
I don't even know at this point.
How long have you been? How long have you been in Los Angeles? How long is this trip? Because you're from Florida, right?
So I'm from Florida. So this trip has been one. This is the one of three that I've taken out here so far. This is my third one.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the first trip was only for, you know, it was supposed to only be for 10 days. I ended up being out here for 3 weeks because I was just going to tattoo a couple people, my buddy Jesse and a few other guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it ended up, you know, exponentially snowballing from there. And I stayed for 3 weeks. And then the last couple days, I ended up meeting Mike and the boys, you know, and Aaron and everybody from High Rise. And they came over here and hung out. And I was like, wow, I really vibe with these guys.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So
we had a great barbecue.
Yeah. So, that was
the second trip.
Yeah, so I hung out. I stayed here for a couple days right before I left to go back to Florida, and they were like, "You have to come back out. And I was like, "I know." I was like, "I will. I swear." So I went home for a couple weeks, and I was just, you know, getting everything taken care of. Obviously, I own my tattoo shop right on the beach in Madeira Beach.
Oh, okay.
And
by the way, great place to have a fucking tattoo shop.
Dude,
on the beach.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god,
it's unbelievable. So we're right on the West Coast too. So like the sunsets that I get right into my building.
Oh, absolutely.
Are like world class.
Oh my god.
So I had to go home. I had to get, you know, take care of, you know, some of my big projects that I got down there. A bunch of people that were hounding me. You know,
absolutely.
And I had just kind of maybe gotten caught up a little bit, and I had FaceTime Mike just to say hi, and he's like, "Oh, Stoner Olympics. Are you coming?"
That's where we met. Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, here we go." I was like, "Do I come?" He's like, "You know you come." And
oh, absolutely.
Like, okay, so I'm coming. So I came just to hang out and like vibe with everybody, and I was just gonna do a couple tattoos, you know, and just, you know, hang out for a couple days. And I guess, you know, last minute they had somebody not be able to show up, and they threw me in as the wild card.
Yeah.
Ended up getting second place.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Which, by the way, those challenges were fucking absolutely insane. I watched so many people smoke backwoods, and it terrified me.
Let's find an ashtray.
So I hate tobacco.
No, yeah, absolutely.
I don't like tobacco. I'll smoke a nice cigar in a good setting, if you know what I mean, if it's that kind of situation, but I hate tobacco.
Yeah.
So I had to power down that backwoods, you know, as quick as we could. We had all that other, you know, shit. It was a lot. But it was a great day. It was a lot of fun. There's some heavy hitters in there too.
There were. There's some women that really fucking threw me for a loop. I was like, God damn.
It was the girls, dude.
Oh my god, it was a girl. It was like 5'2", just killing it.
It was the girls, you know. So that was super fun. I don't even know, you know. It was such a sick day.
Yeah.
Just to come out and even be part of it. I was just gonna watch and be stoked on that. And a bunch of cool people that came out. Nick came out.
Yep.
Got to meet you.
Yeah.
Started this whole thing.
Yeah.
You know. But,
it's crazy how just that the artist lifestyle kind of just brings you to that, you know. And I mean, you know, being a comic and talking about like ownership and having your own thing. It's like you truly get to live that free life of like, yeah, I get.
I never work.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I never work.
Yeah.
Because I love tattooing so
Absolutely.
much. I actually enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And I love the final product. I love seeing how happy people are when I'm done.
Yeah.
Like just how you were. You know, I mean, the very next day you were texting me in the morning. Oh my God, you know, like I love that feeling, bro.
Yeah.
Of giving people that kind of happiness is so sick. And then on top of it, I get paid.
Yeah. Yeah. When you get paid to travel, and especially when you have an art kind of like yours where you could just be like, yeah, I'll set up right here.
Yeah.
That shit was the most beautiful thing too, where to see you have just these tools where I looked at it, I was like, bro, that is like, you said it was an RC, like it's so compact.
Yeah, just a little RCA plugins, you know. It's
Yeah.
really, you know, and obviously there's a lot to it. You know, we got off basis with, I'll go back to what we were talking about with these trips and everything, but.
That's kind of what this whole podcast is about, is off basis.
Yeah, so, you know, it's crazy. You really shouldn't do, tattoos the way I'm doing them, like in a house like this.
Yeah.
Okay, in a normal circumstance, this is very frowned upon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But you know, I'm a tattoo shop owner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I own a real shop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have a bloodborne pathogen license. I'm
Yeah,
licensed by the state.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have all of my certifications.
Of course, yeah. Right.
You know, it's not like somebody's doing a house tattoo.
Of course,
you know?
absolutely.
So we have everything set up to where I can keep everything super professional,
Yeah,
super clean,
yeah.
super hygienic.
Which is kind of nice.
You know, and having that knowledge and being able to set up in a little place like this, it's really awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's really awesome. It's good for the customer because they get a crazy view, and you know, there's just a win-win for everything.
How long you been tattooing?
So I've only been tattooing for 4 years.
Oh,
Wild.
I got, you know, like fast-tracked into the situation tattooing. I've been doing art professionally for probably 7, I want to say.
Yeah.
So I knew how to draw, you know,
Before going
supposedly very well.
Oh.
Before.
Wait, what was that mean?
You know,
You
no,
thought that,
I'm
or
just being
people could-
sarcastic.
oh,
So
okay.
you know, I knew how to draw
okay.
before I could tattoo. I just hate saying that I know how to draw. I don't like
I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's plenty of people who do not know how to draw.
100%.
I think we've seen. How many bad tattoos have you seen?
Too many.
Yeah, I mean.
So you know where I'm from? Have you
Yeah.
seen the state of Florida? Okay,
Where
the
Joker
Florida
gang's
man, the Florida man is a real thing, Bubba.
How many times? I have to ask. How many buttholes have you tattooed?
0 buttholes.
Really?
I've been shown a bunch.
Have you been shown a bunch?
I've been shown a few.
Because also you can refuse customer service, and I feel like there's definitely a part where you're like,
So I usually charge like $1,000 handling fee for strange body parts.
absolutely.
I'm just kidding. No.
If someone
I
was
don't-
like, I want you to tattoo my asshole, it's like, well, it's got to be the nicest
little more.
asshole I've ever seen.
It better be fucking
It better be a pristine asshole.
manscaped or whatever that thing is.
It's got to have a good diet. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Shot the day.
No. So I don't do. I try to steer clear of like the fringe, like weird tattooing. Like that's not what I'm into. Like obviously tattooing, there's like a lot of different genres of tattooing. Okay, so you have like, you know, black and gray, like gnarly gangster Mexican dudes from like SoCal that like do like crazy lettering and have that whole situation. That's like a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's like the old school like coil machine dudes that do like American traditional and like that whole thing. And like
Coil
that's, like, a thing.
machine?
Coil machine.
What's that?
Okay, a coil machine is like a real tattoo machine.
Oh, okay.
It has an armature bar. It has, you know, 2 motors, coil wrapped motors, you know, that run an electrical charge through it, and the armature bar goes up and down.
Okay.
That attaches to the needle bar that
And
stabs you in the skin.
I
okay?
feel like is that what's that definitely
that is a traditional tattoo machine, the real loud ones that you hear
Yeah.
buzzing real loud. Yeah.
that affects also the style of tattooing.
So what I'm saying is very controversial right now, but I think rotary machines are softer on the skin. Obviously, a lot of people use coils to line. I use a rotary machine for everything.
Okay.
I'm, you know, more new age in everything that I use. You know, a lot of the old school dudes, you know, talk
Really?
mad shit. Oh, bro, it's crazy. It's the
That's
thing, like.
so funny.
Yeah. So it's called being like loyal to the coil. Like only
Oh my
using the
God.
coil.
Holy shit.
This is like a full on like die hard shit.
Oh,
you know what
really?
I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
Are there
So,
like slurs for people that only use new age technology?
like I don't know. People call them like iPad tattooers and like all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, but here's the thing, bro. These so-called like iPad tattooers and shit, bro. A lot of these people are putting out work that's just absolutely next level. You know. So what it is, dude, is it's just like everything else in the world. When things are adapting and new things are, you know, creating, the old's always going to hate. It's the same thing with skateboarding, same thing with survey.
Yeah,
Same thing with
absolutely.
cannabis,
I mean?
dude.
So-
It's all over the weed
absolutely.
industry.
It's just growing pains in the industry.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's fucking fascinating.
Yeah,
Trip.
it's crazy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy. But
I'm sure like the old
Like the poke and stick guys are probably like, what
who the
fuck
fuck
are you?
are all of these motherfuckers? Electricity, please. It's me, Steve,
no,
and Kevin.
so like
I know they have American names, but
Stupid kids. We got a bunch of chads wrapped in here. No, but so I don't know. So it's really cool. It's really cool that I'm able to tattoo, you know, on the fly like this, and in cool situations like this. You know what I mean?
Is it super easy to get like supplies, like ink and everything?
So I'm in really. So there's the biggest equipment distribution center in North America, tattoo equipment distribution center in North America is called Kingpin. They have 2 hubs. One's in Anaheim. And the other one just happens to be in St. Pete, where I live.
Rad.
Okay.
Ooh.
Rad.
So I've been going there since I started tattooing, and I made friends with the floor manager. I made friends with a bunch of the people over there, and after a couple years, I obviously paint surfboards. You know, you guys have seen some of the boards that I painted and stuff.
they're fucking amazing.
I was trying to come up in the industry, right? And I was getting all this attention. I was getting a bunch of attention off rip, and I was like, hey, I'll come paint a board at your customer appreciation day. You know what I'm saying? If you guys will let me, like in front of everybody, like just for fun, I'll donate the board to the place. You guys can hang it up and everything. And they were like, yeah, come cruise and do it. And I was
Fuck
like,
yeah.
sick. You know what I mean? So I did that. It went great. The board was hanging in the warehouse. You know what I'm saying? And then the next year, they invited me to do it again. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And the card that they ship, they make a card that goes around to like, you know, a couple thousand tattoo shops, you know, all around America. The invitation that went around was a big ass picture of me painting the board on the front of it for a time.
Tight.
So
Nice.
that blew, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
I got like that little street flex, which was
Yeah.
sick, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So, and then I got to headline a really sick, obviously where I live is very big on fishing. I'm on the Gulf Coast of Mexico, and commercial fishing is huge where I'm at. I grew up fishing my whole life. I love fishing.
I fish too. I dig it.
Something very close to me, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So, one of the owners of one of the biggest kingfish tournaments on the West Coast reached out to me and was like, "You want to paint? You know, do all the shit for our contest, you know."
Yeah.
So I made the shirt. They put me in their flyer, like all this
Fucking
thing.
A.
That's tight.
I went and painted live there for 3 days.
Yeah.
I had a big 20 by 10 foot booth that had all my paintings hanging up and everything.
Rad.
So that was like another flex that I got to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then things after that started lining up in my city to the point where the city manager, like the guy who did for our town hall, got a hold of me, and I painted 2 boards for our city hall. So right when you walk in our city hall, like are my 2 surfboards, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's dope.
That's cool.
So like, yeah, dude. So I tried to really, you know.
It's always great when your city shows you love.
Yeah.
You know?
Perfect. That's all. You know, that's my point. Is I really love where I'm at. My community is small over there, and I take care of everybody, and it really means a lot to me that like I'm able to do what I am for the community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's pretty
fucking
sick.
great.
It's pretty sick.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, so where's the city you're from?
So I'm from Tampa Bay. I'm originally from Tampa. I moved over to Pinellas County when I was 18 because I got sponsored for skimboarding, and I was doing a little UST circuit, traveling around, having fun.
Fuck
And
yeah.
the surf shop that I got sponsored by was in Johns Pass, which is in Madeira Beach, Treasure Island area, you know. So I wanted to be closer and all that. So I moved over there and hung out, and I was there till I was probably like 20, and then I got a real board sponsor, and that was in Laguna Beach, is where they're from. And they were like, "Oh, come out," you know what I'm saying? So I literally was like, "Fuck it, I'm going," you know what I mean? So I came out here on a whim with like my street bike, some clothes, and a
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
board. It was just like on
Yeah.
it, you know what I
Doing
mean?
it.
That's the LA dream, baby.
Yeah, dude, it was sick. So I was living in Dana Point, and they put the first contest when I was out here. It was in October, right? And I moved out here in like August.
Yeah.
And it was called Oktoberfest. It's right at Balboa Pier over in Newport. You know what I'm saying? And I got fucking first in it.
Holy, how old were you at this time?
I was 20. I just turned 21.
Fuck yeah.
And,
21, Los Angeles.
So I was
and
just
first
living.
in a-
I was just like living on cloud 9 and chilled out here for a while. I went over to San Clemente a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and did my thing. And then I ended up back in Florida and ended up staying and whole bunch of shit, you know. And then I ended up getting into tattooing, dude. And it was like
Fucking A, man.
fucking rocket ship after that, dude. Like, and literally since I started doing, like, every month has gotten better progressively for the past 4 years.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
it hasn't stopped. So, like, I'm just trying to keep that momentum
Absolutely.
in the forward in the positive trend, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, And it was so great too when we met. Like we vibed instantly. We fucking barbecued and shit. Just had
Dude, the
fun.
barbecue was
It was a lot of fun, man.
Bro, I love everybody. I love people that love food. Food is fun. Barbecuing is fun. In Florida, you know, before the COVID thing happened, I mean, obviously Florida's kind of nuts in general, so everybody's still kind of chilling and partying anyways.
Yeah.
But before that, you know, I used to live over in Ozona, and we used to have a bunch of our friends like Palm Harbor. We'd, you know, catch a bunch of fish and have like big fish cookouts and stuff like that, and everybody
That's the
hang
best.
out, you know, just like brings everybody together.
Yeah.
you
That
know?
sense of community, especially like crab boils and shit. I went to my first one like last year. That shit was amazing.
Yeah.
I love that they just spread it out on the table and it's just like everyone's
Super
going
cool.
for it.
They put it on top of newspaper. when you're
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
You think they're gonna still do that shit,
Dude.
after, like next year?
I mean, I hope so.
I mean, sharing food with people and shit.
We've been low
Florida's
key.
like, fuck it.
We've been low key talking about doing one in the backyard.
I mean,
and
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
having everybody just pick off it. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
It'd be lit, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
One at a time, everyone's 6
Little
feet apart.
potatoes,
Yeah.
little corn in there.
Everyone gets
Yeah.
COVID
Get the
testing.
big 50-gallon steamer. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
You just put it right. It's got that burner, and you put like the grill propane right up to that thing. It's like for camping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love
You do,
that.
like,
I love that about Florida is like you have a lot of those stories of just like fucking community. Like, what are we doing? Let's fucking fry some fish, and then you know you just like go out and like catch it,
Yeah.
and then just have that. It's fucking so
it's
much
just,
fun.
It's just so different than the vibe over here in LA. Like back home, you know, everybody's taking care of each other. Well, for the most part. I mean, you always have your shitheads, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But people are taking care of each other.
Yeah.
They're, you know, groups are reciprocating, you know, it's different, bro.
Yeah.
It's different. It's not let's climb over the next person.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of chilling as a community, and
Yeah.
you know, it's beach vibes, dude. It's just
Dude,
different.
beach vibes,
Beach
so
vibes
nice.
is just different. you
Beach
know?
vibes, so nice. I surfed
Yeah.
for a little bit, and that was terrible. But man, did I love it. That was the one time my arms were
I
decent.
could not imagine you on a surfboard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was a longboard. It was very long, and yeah, that was the only way I could stand up.
Oh yeah, I've never been on one, so fuck
You
it.
never? No.
Nah, man.
Dude, crab
I tried
boils. We were talking
wakeboarding
about
once.
crab boils, man. That's something that's close to the heart. I grew up doing that, especially being
Family?
where I was. Yeah, my dad and his buddy Stanley. When I was a kid, man, Stanley lived on a lake in Tampa, Lake Egypt in Tampa.
Fuck yeah.
And there's a place called Trapman's off of Gandy Boulevard over South Tampa, like by Port Tampa. You know what I mean? It's right over the bridge on the Pinellas side. And they get live blue crabs, you know. And you go over there and buy them by the dozen. You get medium, larger, the jumbos. You know, they'd buy a couple dozen of them, bring them back, and we'd cook them in the backyard by the lake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then just fuck around on the boat and do all that shit. So that's how I grew up.
Fuck yeah. You have any crazy like alligator stories or just any stories growing
Oh,
up?
alligator shit! I've seen more alligators than I count, bro. You kidding
Really?
me?
Bro, I
Yeah,
saw
especially-
one when I went, and I was like, this is all I need to see. I don't need to see any more.
I'm good.
So my cousin, I say he's my cousin. He's not really my cousin, but we grew up together. This is like the closest thing I have to a brother.
I get that. Yeah.
Is my good friend Ryan Anastoff, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's the closest thing I've ever had to a brother. It's just Sauce. We call him Sauce. Long story short, we call him Sauce. You know what I mean? So
I love it.
Sauce and I used to work for Power Sports. I worked for a Power Sports dealership for a while. And I bought a sick brand new RXPX supercharged jet ski when it first came out, like 2015. You know what I'm saying? And him and I used to wakeboard and wake skate a lot. So like 3-4 times a week, we'd go out to Lake Tarpon. Right after I was done working, I'd take we'd go drop it straight in the water after work. I'd scoop them up and we'd go wake skate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in like August, September, at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Florida, it rains.
Yeah.
Every day, 4 o'clock, boom, it'll rain for like an hour and a half, and then it'll shut off, and then we'll have these 6 sunsets, right? So we would chill and smash beers when it starts raining, you know what I'm saying? And on the ski, we'd go park it somewhere and
Don't you have food coming?
smash these beers. Oh, it probably is my food, right? That probably didn't come that quick. There's no way.
All right, cool.
Gucci.
Okay, so
That's how stoned I am. I'm like, hey man.
Yeah, I just thought about that. I was like, oh shit. So they left my. Well, never mind. I don't even want to get into that. So listen. So we'd go. There was like this little canal, right? That had this little overpass that we'd go park under, and we'd smoke a joint, and we'd crush beers. We'd put a 12-pack in the front where my life vests were supposed to be. We'd put ice and beers in it, and go wake skate. So we'd go smash beers when we were doing our thing. You know what I'm saying? And then stop raining. We'd go back out on the lake. Well, bro, after it's done raining, all the gators come out in the reeds, and you can hear them all going, rah,
Why do they come out?
rah. I don't know.
They just
do.
It's just a thing.
They just do.
Oh, okay.
It's like right after it rains, for some reason, it brings
It's
them
cooler
out,
or
you
some
know what I'm
shit,
saying?
maybe.
So we'd be wake skating, dude, and ripping through the reeds, and you just see something go smash through this way, like
What
trying to
the
get away from you. And then like you'd hear him fucking hissing in the bushes and shit. Dude, it was the craziest thing, bro. Like dead ass. Yeah, for sure.
Have you ever seen anyone get eaten? I'm asking such Florida questions. I'm sorry.
Never seen anyone get eaten by a shark, but I have seen. No, never seen anyone get eaten by a gator, but I have seen someone get bit by a shark.
What?
Whoa.
Cocoa Beach, probably 2006, 2005. John Gray and I were over on the east coast of Florida and Cocoa Beach, and I was on the beach. He was in the water, and some chick got her fit fucking smashed. And she started screaming, flipping out, and he like brought her back up on the thing, and like I like ran down, and like a whole bunch of people ran down, and she had her foot ribboned out on Cocoa.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Ribbon,
we were. I was probably 18, 19. I was young,
like
dude.
bone still attached, no flesh, or just like
Yeah, but like ribboned, bro. Like you know what like a skeleton foot looks like?
yeah.
Imagine like skeleton foot.
Oh,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
fucking insane. Oh, yeah, so I forget. Like, there's a lot of great white sharks. In
No,
Tampa, or
no, it's bull sharks.
Bull sharks?
Bull
Okay.
sharks are what you
Fuck you
gotta
up.
worry about. That and spinner sharks. The spinner sharks are small, but they'll fuck you up, and they're super aggressive. They fucking bite everything.
Territorial.
So there's a place called New Smyrna, right? Smyrna Beach, and they call it the Shark Park because the fucking spinner sharks congregate there because of the big bait balls that are there, and dude, there's like 50 people that get bit there a year.
Jesus, people
Yeah.
just keep going.
People still surfing, dude.
Is it
Like,
is it because good surf?
yeah, dude. So like, you're just like Russian roulette jumping in, bro. They call it the Shark Park. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Nuts,
Fuck,
man.
But everything's like that. It's pretty fucked over there. There's a lot of shit. It's pretty, dude. Everything will kill you in Florida.
That's crazy. Yeah, everything will clear
whether
you
it's
in
like
Florida.
whether it's like the wildlife or the people. Like
It's crazy. Like Florida also sounds
Unreal,
like
bro.
Florida sounds like the most fun
In the shark
place you can
park.
have.
yeah, it's super
And it's
deadly.
also like,
though.
but you could definitely die there. It's
yeah,
like
we got rattlesnakes, water moccasins, gators, sharks. We got everything, bro. Brown recluses. You get bit by a spider and you sleep and die.
Isn't there like a fucking like
Damn,
snake outburst now? Because people like would get him in college and then just fucking let him go.
Say
And
that
there's like a
again?
bunch of cobras now in Florida.
Oh, I don't
People
know.
used to have them, like-
no, it's not cobras. It's the reticulated. It's the reticulated
python or some
pythons.
shit?
Yeah, they get to be like 20 feet.
Jesus
All
Christ.
joking aside, they're like 20 fucking feet.
That's
and
nuts.
Like
And there's a
a
bunch
tree
of them.
trunk around, and they are. There's more of them than there are gators in the swamp now because they breed so quickly and like they're like super dominant. You know what I mean?
Damn,
Pigs and shit.
spiders
What
be
the fuck they
fucking.
eat, bro?
No, this is a snake.
Oh, snakes?
This is a
Okay.
snake. Yeah, it's a
Frank, you think it's
I'm
a
so
20
funny.
foot fucking
That's
spider.
funny.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
spider's like
Oh,
Lord of the Rings, dude.
So they fucking these snakes are taking over like the whole swamp down there.
Jesus.
Yeah, bro, and it's like a whole thing. So they're like trying to remove them, but they can't remove them quick enough because they're fucking breeding
So
all
many
over
of
the
them.
place.
So
and
crazy,
eating
dude.
Alligators and shit. They're huge, dude.
So Anaconda was a real movie.
Anaconda is like almost a real movie down there right now.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's kind of trippy.
Scary. Yeah, snakes fucking terrify the shit out of me. Actually, most of the state of Florida scares me. A lot of the animals in Florida. I went there. I remember I got to go to West Palm Beach, and I was like walking
West
around.
Palm, yeah.
And it was nice. It was dope. But like it wasn't as exotic as the other places in Florida. But I got to see they have iguanas just like everywhere.
Everywhere.
And it blew my mind. The guy was laughing at me when I was in the car. I was like, "Oh, there's another one." I was like, "Oh my god, they're everywhere."
So was it summer? Was it summertime? Or was it winter when you were there?
It was right after hurricanes.
So summertime.
Summertime, yeah.
So in the winter, they have an issue with the iguanas because it gets cold, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're cold-blooded creatures.
Yeah.
So when it gets down in like the 40s and shit in the winter in Florida, they fucking freeze up and go and pass out and fall out of the trees and fall on top of cars and like break people's windshields and shit in the wintertime because they go all stupid.
Yeah.
Because they get freezing cold and fall out of trees and fall on top of people and shit, bro.
How much damage do you think is done just
I
by
don't know,
frozen
man.
iguanas?
Imagine like a 5-foot lizard falling on your
Oh
shit.
my god, I'd be so mad.
Or like you're just walking your dog and some iguana falls out of the tree and just takes you out.
And it's
you know
also
what I'm saying?
hard too, right?
Dude, it's like a dinosaur.
Man, that's like a 10-pound. In like Tahoe or just icy places, they worry about the spikes.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd have to worry about like Godzilla just frozen,
what
fucking
is this?
plummeting.
That
to
was
you.
Barry OG.
Barry
From
That is
Puffin.
insane. I kind of want to go to Florida now.
Dude,
might have to
listen,
check it out, bro.
You guys are more than welcome anytime to go to Florida. Like I know that I'm moving out here and there's that whole situation, but the homies back home will always show love.
Buddies goes
Yeah.
to Florida.
Buddies goes to Florida.
Yeah.
Just deep in the woods, just trekking.
We could go, shout out my boy Mikey. We go out my boy Mikey's boat. He's got a sick Dorado, flats boat with a tower. We go out,
Yeah.
I mean, we go grouper fishing if it's
What's
the right
grouper
time.
fishing?
Grouper fishing?
Yeah.
Okay, so a grouper.
Frank learns about stuff.
Frank
is
learns
the
about so
title
a
of this
grouper.
episode.
A grouper is like one of the most sought after fish in Florida. Okay,
Really?
they're great. They're great for eating. They're
Okay.
also great sport fish. But people spear fish them. People catch them on rod and reel.
See, I want to do
Everything
shit
from
like that.
Spearfishing we tight, yeah.
everything from smaller red grouper, to
Yeah.
giant Goliath grouper that are 300 pounds. You know what I'm
Fuck
saying?
yeah. Yeah, I want to be
And
riding
everything
a.
in between.
I want to have like 3 spears, riding a pontoon boat, just fucking bag of iguanas, just fucking going at it, dude.
Like a cheetah print wetsuit,
Is cheetah print
purple
big?
goggles. You're in there.
Oh, I love it.
We'll do
What is it when
full-
they what are they doing with the cat fishing when they put their fucking hands in the holes? What's that shit called?
noodling.
Noodling. There you go.
Okay, so that's like some straight up fucking
some swamp people
white
shit.
people shit. Yeah.
I love swamp people, bro. I dig it.
All right. Listen. Listen? I don't. That's too much for me, bro.
Is noodling is where you draw the line?
I draw the line at noodling. Okay. You're not gonna catch me on some fucking backwoods Tennessee fucking creek with my hand up some fucking hole. Ain't happening.
Yeah. I've done worse.
I've done worse.
That just sounds like the road to me. No,
Yeah, right? It's like an easy Tuesday shit.
Florida sounds
Oh,
great.
man. No, that shit's crazy, though, bro. Some of those fucking ratchet redneck women that are like 80 pounds pull out catfish that are like
Man,
16 times
there's-
the size they are.
There's the
Bro,
one
see
that
shit?
Theo Vaughn
There's
had
something
on
so
their show.
attractive about that. Man, just
man.
a woman with a mullet just crushing cans of natty ice.
Big old rig of dip in her lip, like a half a can.
Fucking 3 chins. Oh my god, I'm about it. Yeah, I'm a disgusting human being.
There's nothing like a skinny redneck girl that has a double chin. Like,
I'm like the more meth pockets in the face, the more I'm into it.
okay. Believe it. Listen.
Florida might be for you, dog.
What'd you say?
Florida
I'll
might
say
be
this-
for you.
Florida might be for me. That's so funny.
Yeah, there are some parts of Florida where you're lucky if you meet people that have all their teeth in their head.
Really?
I can
What
promise you that.
is that just? I mean,
Shout out Newport Richie, baby.
are there like legit just cities where you're like, this is
anything north of Tarpon Springs, bub, you are risking life and limb out there.
Yeah, we got gas. It's back here. And you're like,
Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna see my
I've
parents.
seen this movie.
Yeah.
We used to race. We used to ride dirt bikes out there. We used to lift the trucks and dirt bikes and all kinds of bullshit. you know what I mean?
I mean, all
We-
kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, exactly. There's a road called 54. We used to go out past that and go to like Little Road, and that is the absolute sticks, buddy.
Really?
Go ride out there. Oh, yeah, man. Oh yeah.
You just hear, and you're like, yep, time to go, guys.
We've had big bonfires out there. There's like 300-400 people. There's big
Jeez.
shootouts in the woods. Oh, it was great. Big
Hell
old
yeah,
big
some
old
fucking Hatfields and McCoyish bullshit.
big
I
old
love
100 person brawls out there. Man, oh man. You want to talk about fucking some hectic situations.
it. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Florida's a trip, but like I said, I stay on the beach and I stay away from
That
all that
shit's
shit,
tight.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stay away from
Are there
all
any
that
like
shit.
Florida myths or any like Florida
There's
folklore?
no like Jersey Devil kind of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Is
Just
that
like,
what you
you
mean?
know,
Yeah,
I know,
nah.
like-
There's nothing really like that. There is a myth about a shark that's called Old Hitler. So I guess there is. there's a myth about a giant hammerhead shark.
only
This
eats
big ass
Jews.
25-foot hammerhead shark they call Old Hitler, right?
What?
And it's supposed to have been around since like World War II. Because there are these massive hammerheads that are out there that eat the tarpon, these big 6-foot tarpon that are out there.
Oh,
and
shit.
yeah. These,
How long do hammerheads live for? That was like, I feel like at least 100 years.
I have no idea how long, but they definitely live for a fucking minute, and they get huge.
Yeah.
The great hammerheads, they get like, I don't know, like 16, 18 feet, I think. They
Yeah.
get like real big.
Massive.
So there's this folklore about Old Hitler or whatever, this big ass hammerhead that used to patrol from like North Reddington all the way down through like Boca Grande and shit. You know what I mean? So I guess there's that.
Taking his laps.
So what it was
crazy,
just
bro.
it's just an old big shark that used to just fucking
Yeah, just
eat
this hammerhead
surfers?
that was supposed to just fuck shit up. You
Oh,
know what
wow.
I mean? And just like never die and just It's old Hitler, you know what I mean? Fucking name explains itself.
Yeah, back in San Jose, we used to have fucking old. All right, I can't think of a Russian oligarch. I don't know if that was the correct term. That's hysterical, man. That's so funny.
Yeah, there's some good ones, dude. Florida's a fun place. It's definitely its own world.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you hear all like the drugstore.
It's definitely its own world.
Crocodile and shit like that. Like when all like the crazy like designer drugs.
Crocodile?
Yeah, or wasn't that the one that like people like start like peeling their skin and shit?
Oh, I fucking
What
heard
the fuck it
something
was
like
called?
that, but I never saw.
Yeah,
there
man,
was
that's just like bath salts for the most part.
I'm
People
sure.
just go
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Fuck that.
And like anybody who has half a brain cell, dude, isn't fucking snorting bath salts.
I mean, I don't know why people are knocking bath salts so much. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding.
I've had a
Actually,
great
good
time
night.
with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. You know? Put that shit on a fucking your breakfast egg, and you're just ready for the day.
Fucking hell.
Did you see that documentary? There was a lady who was a drug tester. Like she worked for like the state. Like, you know, when like you get busted for drugs, they send you the drugs to test whatever it is.
Okay,
blah,
yeah,
blah.
yeah.
That
Oh,
was,
instead
like,
of
her
testing
job.
them, she was just lining them up.
Bro, she was no, she was still doing her job, but she started. They had like medical grade meth, like just a bottle of meth, and she would just do a
Adderall.
dropper of it.
Oh wow.
And then she would like just murder at her job. Like she still did her job and like
For
did
like
it very
4 days straight and then sleep for a week.
Yeah, for like months. You know what I'm talking about, Derek?
Jeez.
I can't remember the. It's on.
Massachusetts, it's like fixing a drug scandal.
Yeah, it's a Netflix
What?
Netflix doc.
Go
Yeah, it's
check it
fucking
out.
fascinating. So this lady
Bro,
was like,
people pull off some wild
bro,
shit.
dude, she
I
was like,
swear,
they
dude.
sent her ass to court and stuff. They had to review all these cases and everything, and they were just like
Fuck
asking
yeah,
her.
that's the implications. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
they were
she's
like
fucked up
asking
the
her.
whole
They were
time.
like, well, that was the thing. They were
Yeah.
like, they're like, do you feel like this affected your job and shit? And she was like, nah, it made me better. Like,
Yeah,
she
she's
fucking-
like, fuck no, where's the vial?
But they were talking about how like she went from a little bit to just doing tons
Made
of
me
it,
so much
and then
better
she
at
was
my
like
job.
doing acid and shit. And
That's crazy,
Yeah, man.
bro. So the acid's trippy, right? So
I've never done acid.
and
I've
I mean
always-
that's kind of a pun, obviously, but I didn't mean it like that. The acid's intense. So I
Have you
hadn't done it. I've done.
Dude, he's from Florida.
I'm from Florida, bro. So of course I've done acid. So
I just told you I fucking.
I can't. I'm not gonna shout out like names of in this story. Yeah. So, but
Shut up.
I just got back from Oahu.
Yeah.
I spent a month in Oahu, and I was on the Big Island as well for a week. But for most of it, we were in Oahu. So we were in Oahu. We had a couple tabs. There's a place called Three Tables that's there that is like this little cove, you know what I mean? And then on the side there's like this rocks and the sand tucks right up in it and the water like comes right up and it's just this perfect thing and the moon and everything is so bright it looks like it's daytime at night. So me and a few unnamed people took a couple tabs.
Yeah.
And we brought like a couple big quilts out there and like laid them in the sand and we all like stayed out there all night and we're burning and like when I tell you, bro, my ribs hurt the next day from how hard we laughed that whole night.
Yeah.
It was like one of the best experiences that
Yeah.
I've ever had on acid and I've had some great ones.
You do seem like a good friend to bring when you're tripping. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
for
you
sure.
definitely need those Sherpa of kinds of people with just
Oh,
good
dude,
energy. You know?
I am the trip master for sure. I definitely led everybody that night. And it was sick because like we were all chilling and so one of our friends out there owns the condo thing. It's like a little motel, right? That
Yeah.
people can rent. That's right on the side of Three Tables, like literally right on the sand. And it was shut down because of COVID. But
Yeah.
obviously we know him and his family, so he's like, "Bro, come stay." So we had the whole thing to ourselves.
That's
So we were in there like pissed drunk singing karaoke with the
Oh.
boys, like literally turning it up. You know
bad.
what I'm
Worry about
saying? And then we
shit.
fucking ate
Yeah.
these tabs and everybody's sitting in there like vibing out. I'm like, beach right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally ripped the quilts off the bed and like went tearing ass out on the beach. And when I turned around, everyone was following me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, this is gonna be great.
Fuck
And
yeah.
like I just set it up and it was a fucking amazing night, dude.
That's
It was
amazing.
absolutely amazing.
It's fucking dope.
I don't recommend it for everybody. You know, I think if it's something that
What?
like
Why? No, I'm just kidding.
pretty much, you know. No, I don't recommend LSD for everybody. That's for sure. But if you are in the right mind frame, you know, and it's something that you think you want to do,
you gotta lock in, bro. It's like 8 hours, dog.
See,
thoroughly
that's-
recommend doing it if it's something you think you want to
Yeah.
do.
I-
If it's
I-
something
it's like-
you're questionable
it's 8
about,
hours,
I don't.
And then there's like
recommend.
4, depending how much, 4 to 12 hours of like disassociation.
See,
after.
that's what scares me.
And it's
like,
not scary. It's just like the whole next day you're just kind of still like,
I'm coming out of this.
They're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I've just kind of lost my shit a few times.
Yeah, that never happened. I've always been mellow. I've always felt a little, not depressed. Depressed isn't the right word, but just a little, like, man, it was so fun, like, yesterday. You know what I'm saying? The day after, you're kind of just, like, chilling and, like, watching TV and smoking.
Your serotonin levels were super high.
My serotonin levels were just a little low the next day. Yeah. So,
Well,
like,
a lot of it
that's...
too is-
I never felt, like, fucked up from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just always felt like, yeah, just like your serotonin levels are a little low. But I always get, like, a fucking big old Phobal or, like, some really rad food and smoke some good weed.
Man, there's
Let's
nothing.
call it good.
There's nothing better than just like smoking really good weed and then just getting some fucking food.
Yeah, dude, some bomb
Man,
food,
just
sure.
some bomb ass food.
We were talking about grilling. We were talking about all that earlier. There's something about grilling with people like that.
Oh,
that
yeah.
brings everybody together.
It was nice.
Even here in the house, when we were done with the Stoner Olympics, I can't remember if it was the next night or it was 2 nights after that, but I cooked steaks.
Yeah, you cooked for everyone. Yeah.
Steaks and shrimp skewers and everything for everybody. We did this whole big feast, you know, and it was sick, man.
Yeah.
And it's
That
just-
reminded me the most of being around my family, because that's definitely something that like my mom or my aunt would do, where it was like, yo, let's cook up, you know what I mean? Like some cousins and shit. I love it.
It's not a COVID cough, people. I promise you.
It's like I've smoked a quarter so far.
Yeah, we've smoked. We've smoked
The
a lot of pot.
coronavirus OG.
We got another joint over here. This one's
That one's for you, dude.
Larry. Oh, this one's for me? Oh, yeah, look at this. Larry just got my name on it. Andrew Samuel, look at that.
Yeah, you
Dude,
can take that shit home too. Let's do some fucking dabs.
thank you, boys. I appreciate
Of course,
it.
dog.
Yeah,
Thanks
let's
for
take a
smoking.
little
for
powwow
sure.
and do some dabolas.
That'd be sick, man. This is perfect, dude. I appreciate it.
Of course, dog. And that was that Larry
My
that you were
pleasure.
talking about. I
Does
told him I
the-
smoked it last weekend. You're like, that shit was fire.
Oh, these, yeah. So when we had, which party was that? Which party was that?
It
I'm
was
thinking.
It was just like last weekend. It was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I just can't remember what it was
It was the
for.
industry thing.
Industry
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. So it was. You brought that jar of these over. And this man rolls. I don't know if anybody can see these in this thing, but this man rolls like the most perfectly cylindrical finger joints that I've ever seen.
Yeah, they are fucking thumbs.
They are thumbs, dude. I dig them. They're perfect too because they're nice and sturdy. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes when people roll bigger ones like this, they're a little like.
Flimsy. Yeah, yeah.
dude. These are
The
When'd
big
you-
ounce ones, like on New Year's and shit, normally.
When did you first start smoking weed?
I first smoked weed at the age
Do you
of
remember
like
the first person you smoked weed
11. I
with?
think I was 11 or 12. I think it was 11, but I was way too young. I was way too young. My neighbor when I was growing up was the starting point guard for the varsity high school. You know what I'm saying?
Hilarious.
And I
He
was
had the
like,
best weed.
I was like super grom. You know what I'm saying? But I played basketball too. So I like used to idolize him, you know what I'm saying? I used to go hang out and play basketball on his basketball hoop. And used to have all these fucking high school chicks over, and like I used to just think it was unreal,
The
you know
coolest
what I
shit.
mean? And he would smoke weed, and fucking I'd see them smoke, and I'd be like, fuck. And I was just a child, dude. I was literally like 11 or 12. I was fucking, I think 6th grade, whatever fucking you were in 6th grade.
Yeah.
11
11 or 12.
6th, 7th grade, and I fucking was over there, and they were fucking ripping this bowl, and I was like, give me that fucking thing. They were like, no way. You know what I'm saying? Like, thought I was full of shit. I was like, no, I want to try it. You know what I
Check
mean?
this shit.
They like looked at me crazy and like looked at each other, and they were like, fuck it, and like gave it to me,
We're about
dude.
to create an artist right now.
Yeah, dude, and fucking, I got, bro, people say they don't get high their first time, bro. I was
Zooted.
fucking fried.
So
I went home.
Was it a bong?
No, it was a bowl of fucking bro. So OG old school like 90s shit, bro. You remember they used to have those metal mushrooms. It was like a long stem mushroom that unscrewed and you screwed it back together and it was a bowl. You remember those
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
things? That's what I smoked
Holy
out of my
shit.
very first time smoking.
And that's like direct too. That's not like you got a bowl, some filtration system. That's like you're hitting
No.
fucking.
You're
You're hitting that shit.
You're hitting the primer off that
Bro,
thing,
you-
everything.
You're smoking THC like meth. It is.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Great.
So I don't know. It's yeah.
So you
I
got
definitely-
fucking lit? What
I
happened?
got so baked, bro. I got so baked that I went home and I like hid in my room. And I went home and hid in my room because I was afraid people were gonna find out that I was stoned. And I didn't smoke again for a couple weeks, and that was like a month before my birthday, right? And my fucking, I had a birthday party at my crib, and I wanted to get high for my birthday and fucking get everybody else fucking stoned for my birthday. You know what I'm saying? So we had this birthday party.
Fucking 12 years old, 13.
Bro, so listen to this, dude. We go to there's like a
You
cul-de-sac.
guys want to play spin the bottle? No,
There's like a
fuck
cul-de-sac.
that. We're gonna grow up today.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you gonna fucking learn today, boy. So listen, we go down to the cul-de-sac where we usually skate, right? And like, we're like to my mom, like, oh, we're all going down here to skate and shit. And
20 seconds.
yeah, rip that thing up. And we all act like we're going down there to skate, like for the party. We'll really go down there and we fucking are all like ripping up balls, dude. And we go back and I'm so stoned. My mom sees me and she looks at me. And, like, I watch her head turn, like, when a dog sees a treat. You know what I'm saying? She just, like, looked at me and she just, like, went like this and, like,
Start sniffing too.
walks away. And, like, I knew at that moment that she knew that, like, I was smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking so funny. So, that was my fucking, those are, like, my first couple times burning. I'll never forget that either.
Was your mom cool with it eventually, or was she like...
So in the beginning, dude, she was fucking furious about it, which is bullshit because I later on found out that she's been smoking weed her whole goddamn life.
That's probably why it took her a minute. She had to
Her
process
fucking
it.
hypocritical ass. Yeah, no, my mom and I are great now. We actually we smoke a bunch of pot together, to be honest with you now. But it's so funny that in the beginning she was furious about it, and then ended up smoking with me and shit. But yeah, I love my mom. She's great.
Oh yeah.
She burns it down for sure.
I want to smoke with my mom
She was
so
mad
bad,
you're
dude.
smoking better weed.
Literally. That's hilarious.
Plug me in.
But those dabs are great. All these new Summit Boys things. The banana's so good.
The GMO's wild too. The garlic cookies. It has that like, it smells like
Garlic cookies.
Yeah, it's the other one over there on the right. It's not open yet. You'll smell it. It has like a putrid funk to it that's like roasting garlic or like onions maybe.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it tastes like that as well.
Yeah, I tried this banana one. The banana one's awesome, dude. So, what do you think? So, one thing I wanted to ask you about was like with the store, with like the comedy store. What's everything that's going on with that because of COVID and everything? Because now that I'm out here, that's always something that I've wanted to go, go watch and witness, and see that energy. And is that something that's even, is that energy even still the same with like what's going on right now?
Well, I've got an exclusive for everybody.
Really?
Because I'm still getting emails from my manager, and because I used to work there, and they still email me. Well, they're starting to. So legally, they're now allowed to do stand-up behind the window.
Okay.
And then, from what I understand, in a couple of weeks, they should be able to start doing stand-up in the parking lot. So what I imagine they're going to do...
so they'll put like a podium up or something.
I feel like they might... I mean, they have the money, so they might full-on build a stage.
Do it the
and
right
actually
way.
do it like
cover
the right
it and
way.
shit.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
if they move it all outside, they could potentially go back to doing shows from 9 till 2 in the morning. And also, it's like there's enough comics that are still around that it's like I mean, I'm still doing window spots when they let me.
Yeah.
But it's like this, we were talking about being an artist and all that jazz and being able to freedom to move. Like right before everything closed, Rogan and all those guys were like, you got to quit the store because that is, a crutch in a way, because you're still working there, all that jazz.
Yeah.
It was
Relying on it.
Yeah. So like now that's
So what were they telling you to do? Go travel around?
like take the headlining thing, like start the podcast.
Yeah.
Fucking go headline, just fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it's scary because it's like, I mean, your reputation is what gets you work.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're like, oh, fuck, you're nervous. But it's like, I also got 2 writing jobs this month, and that covered my rent.
Yeah.
So then I was just like, it's the fear of not knowing what's coming up next. You know what I mean? You know what that's like. You know what
Tattooing. Are you kidding me?
100%.
Yeah, nobody puts the bread on the table but me. That's
exactly.
It's the same feeling.
So
dude.
that they're preaching that mentality of like, you gotta just your back's against the wall, but you gotta just do it.
Yeah.
So now that everything's done, it's like, yeah, I'm fine with that. Like if they just let me still do stand up behind the window, I'll do that every night. Work on this during the day, and then just keep writing. Like that's what I want. Like ultimately, what I'm working on for the next 5 years is hopefully comedy coming back, and then being able to just have shit that I'm doing stand up on, and then touring off this.
That's awesome.
Because there's enough.
What do you like? Do you like writing or do you like stand up more?
I love stand up. Yeah. writing roast jokes for people or like consulting, that's what I want more than anything. Because anytime I see like a writer's job, or it's like, I think it's like imagine if you didn't own your tattoo shop and you worked at, you know what I mean? Like you were just a tattooer at a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that feeling of like
that's the struggle.
Yeah.
That's the nightmare because, dude.
That's finish what you're saying. That's exactly what it feels like with comedy, where it's like my great comic, great writer, Jerron Horton. He was written on a bunch of TV shows. Me and him started comedy together, and he would get a lot of writing jobs, and I would be frustrated, and I would be like, it's these writing jobs and writing jobs. He was like, yeah, man, it's a job.
Yeah.
You think of it as a writing job. It's a job. You love stand-up. That's what you love doing. And I was like, oh, fuck, you're right. So it was like I'd get bitter when I wouldn't get a writing job, but then I'm like, oh, that person's busy for the next 3 months, 9 to 5, writing jokes that they don't get to use or say on camera. You know what I mean? So it's a weird thing being like watching someone just murder with your material and then being like, oh, I haven't done stand-up in 3 months. Like all my bills are paid, everything's fine, but creatively.
You haven't had that adrenaline boost from being,
Yeah, man, where it's like, before COVID, it was like, I was touring, I was getting like I was getting paid to do good stand-up on the weekends, and then like still just answering phones, and that was, answering phones at a comedy club was the worst thing that was happening in my life. So it was just kind of like, everything was going on with COVID, it almost like, it's almost like almost dying, you know what I mean? Yeah. In a sense of, you're just a regular person now. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to do stand-up and none of this. Like, imagine if you didn't get to tattoo anymore and all you had to just work at an office for, you know what I mean?
I'd jump off a bridge.
100%. 100%. Me too. That's why, like,
if I got all this, if I had all this taken away from me and I had to get stuck behind some computer screen, like doing like fucking spreadsheets or something, dude, I'd jump off a bridge.
That's why, like, I fucking love my wife to death. Because she was not like, get a job, work. And I told her, I was like, I'll do it if I have to. And she's like, you know what? Make it work. However, if it gets to the point where you have to, I'll let you know. She was like, but just focus on, you know what I mean? Because I wanted to quit for a while, but she was like, no, keep the job. It's just safe. And I am glad I kept the job, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't be collecting unemployment. No, thank you, Trump. Anyways, but
shout out Donnie.
Yeah, thanks, Donnie. 2024. But yeah, no. And so I was just like, this moment kind of feels like a good time to build. So. I mean, I know you asked me about the store, and then I totally trailed off.
No, that's good. No.
The store's still going to keep doing, and the store will still be fine. And I think it'll be interesting because a lot of comics that are, there all the time are now going to be back in Texas or whatever. And they'll come back. Rogan, I guarantee you, it's a flight. You know what I mean? Like, if the store opens up, they'll be back.
For sure.
But it's also great to finally be able to probably get earlier spots.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's sick, dude.
Because before everything, I was going up at like 1 in the morning, 12:30 in the morning.
How was that still like staying up and staying sharp until 1 in the morning and then having to like perform at 1 in the morning? How's that?
Bro, well, something about staying sharp.
That's exactly what I'm asking.
You want to take this one,
we
JP?
smoke like 6 or 7 of those.
That's
from
my point.
like 10 o'clock to 1 when he goes on.
And you get on stage and you just...
Well, late night, it's nice because it's like the great thing about stand-up at that time before COVID.
Everybody else has smoked that much too.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
We're drunk as shit.
Yeah. But also at the time, there was so many like audiences are just about the process. So like there was still like 20, 30 people at 12:30, like 12:45 in the morning.
On like a Tuesday.
Tuesday, it was blown. Like I was like, oh shit! Like there's still people chilling. Like they want to see. So like you still give them the jokes. Sometimes they're just down to see where you take them. It's always just a good stage to be on. But he's been there when there's been times where, like, it's like, well, I got no other spots. Let's go hang out at 9. We'll just fucking smoke heavy. And then we smoke heavy till, like, 10, 10:30. And then they're just like, fucking, everyone's late. There's no one here. You got to go up now. And I'm like, huh? What? Like, now? And they're like, yeah. And then I'm like, am I allowed to? Is there someone we should talk to? Because it's like, just getting past, you're almost like, oh, shit, this is what I've trained for. But am I allowed to?
Yeah, you always feel like that, for sure.
I mean, he was there.
That was like me when I first started doing like bigger tattoo pieces. I was like, fuck, should I be doing this?
You
know what I mean?
People are like, I want this. You're like, totally.
That's the crazy thing about art. So sometimes you get yourself in positions or opportunities that you're like, all right, I'm going to do this. And you fucking knock it out of the park, and then it helps you build your confidence, or you fail, and then you only get better. But it's definitely that moment of like, oh, is there someone, like you're like,
who's here watching? Yeah.
Like no one's going to come and like stop me? All right. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh shit.
That's the only way. That's the only way to have growth, dude, is to be uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
You know, that's the only way to have growth is to be uncomfortable. That's the only way that I've continuously pushed myself. Is the second that I feel comfortable, I'm like, okay, I got to do something new. I got to do something the next. What's the next? What's the new? What's the next? What's the bigger? You know what I'm saying? Because the second you feel comfortable, you're not doing enough.
Yeah.
You know, you be comfortable when you're old, and it's hard to fucking move around.
Yeah.
You can be comfortable from everything that you've done when you can move around.
Yeah.
You know? So that's what I'm looking at it.
Absolutely. I mean, 100%. I always think of like, what would, if I were to meet the 20-year-old version of myself, what would I say, or like how would I feel and all that jazz? Could you imagine?
So much.
What would you say to 20-year-old you?
Don't be a fucking idiot. 'Cause I was like, on the scale of like 1 to dumb as fuck, I was like 3 points over that.
Fucking
you know what I'm saying? So like, but all the mistakes, dude, and all the bullshit I went through, and like all the fucking craziness, man, made me what I am and who I am today, and it made me the dedicated person that I am. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have the laser focus that I do. And I wouldn't have the wherewithal that I do about the world if I didn't fuck off like I did.
I think fucking off is important in the beginning, because I feel like if you protect kids or protect people so early from failing early on, that they can't handle it when it finally happens. So like, you know, I had a few friends who same thing, like, you know, they're finally coming back, which is great, but they'd never experienced like what failure was. You know what I mean? Like the fucking having to move back home, fucking headline. Like,
or how about the people that are like 26, 28 that are just have super rich families, like never went for any of their dreams, like have all these like aspirations and shit, but like never did any of it because like they have all this money already handed to them and shit. Like, bro, that's a terrible life. You never lived.
I feel so sorry.
You have all this money and you have all this shit, but in reality, you've never lived. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know what it feels like to fail. You don't know what it feels like to succeed. You don't know what it feels like to suffer. You don't know what it feels like to actually like love what you're doing. You know what I mean? And all those things are so terrible and so rewarding, and so there's so many things all at once that like you need that shit in life.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. I feel like if you're afraid to fail, you're afraid to live, dude.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, we see those people all the time. You know what I mean? They're called normal people. No.
Normal people, dude. It's called normal people, bro. People that are just afraid to go for it.
Yeah, man.
I feel,
Do you feel like surfing? I feel like that's definitely a part of surf culture, is just going for it. You know what I mean? Well, so, and I feel like taking that into life, it really
also,
fucking...
you know, being in the water and having the ocean humble you, people in like social situations don't seem so bad.
That's hysterical.
You know what I mean?
I've been crushed by a few waves. There's definitely a few times where I'm like, oh, I don't think I'm coming back up. You know what I mean?
After getting humbled in the ocean, social situations are like going for it in life.
Yes.
Like, fuck off, dude. You know what I mean?
I just imagine getting in a fight with a dude that's like 5'9", super muscly. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, you tall and shit, but I've been smashed at Dana Point. And you're just like, oh, shit, he's got a point. That's a good point.
So, you know, there's that.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Once Mother Nature humbles you, you're like, yeah, people ain't shit.
Once you've been humbled by the earth, dude. people don't seem so bad. Yeah. That's my take on it, I guess, right?
That's also so funny too, where it's like, you know, that's
yeah.
People that are all about the planet and environmentalists, like, they don't talk about getting humbled by the earth. You know what I mean?
The world will kick your ass real quick. People, like, at least you got a fighting chance. You
yeah,
know
bro.
What I mean?
No one talks about how mean the earth is. Yeah, Mother Nature's great, but she's kind of an asshole sometimes.
There's a page that I followed because of Rogan, but Nature is Metal.
Nature's Metal, bro. You guys follow
so
that?
Craziest fucking pictures
bro,
and stuff. It's like
definitely
a reminder.
Page.
Dude, that is the best page.
I swear.
It's like birds eating shit on people's cars.
There's wild
There was
videos.
like a fucking gazelle with its just fucking stomach open.
Yeah, like walking down the street. Yeah,
you're like,
survive
holy
an attack.
shit.
Yeah.
Whoa.
There was one where it was
Imagine that, dude.
Yeah.
Like
You gotta
that's how
survive.
you die. You gotta walk around like with your guts hanging out for fucking 3 days and then you just die. Like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
Oh man.
The animal world's insane.
They also don't have the concept of mortality.
Nah, but I'm
But how
damn
do you
sure
know that?
they know they're dying.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
They
I
damn sure-
watched the light go out of their eyes. Bro, you said that like you've killed animals with your bare hands. Like you've choked an alligator with your, you know what
Shit,
I
I
mean?
mean-
Like you've rear naked choked an alligator like,
Go to sleep. I've definitely killed a few things. Yeah, 100%. I definitely eat meat and eat what I catch. That's for
bro,
sure.
man.
That's funny.
That's so funny. You said that like you killed an animal that like murdered one of your family members. You know what I mean? Where you're
Oh
like,
man.
I
just
finally killed Hitler Shark.
Yeah, it's just the Florida man coming out of me.
Yeah, dude, I love it. That's great. I think
Dude, I
everyone's got
love
a
these
little,
joints. bro.
Everyone from Florida's got a little
Lemon,
Florida man in them.
lemon mints.
Yeah,
bro.
from Jungle Boys.
This is
TLC.
Jungle Boys,
yeah,
huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Frank
sick.
went and picks them up.
Oh,
From
that
the pod.
he came when we did his tattoo. He picked up some of their concentrate. It was really nice.
Yeah, it's just like go to and like it's just
Oh, yeah, I
some
got
of the
some
best
right, let's
fucking
break it
prices,
open.
dude.
That cookies and cream. Yeah, you
Some
want
of
to take
the
a
best
little?
pricing.
I mean,
You
yeah,
a
bro.
little guy? Why
I'm
not?
trying to fucking like this is. We're gonna, you
I
know.
love you boys, but there's a lot of flour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how's
Here's
this one?
Corona. I haven't tried it yet.
A refined experience for the discerning connoisseur.
I used to drive. I
That's
used
a
to live in
fucking
the
solid
Bay
quote on a
Area.
bag. Say that again.
I used to live in the Bay Area and drive down to LA just to pick up their concentrates and flour and shit before I
Really?
moved down here. Yeah, man.
So what's the deal with the Jungle Boys thing? Is it just straight up out of L.A.?
Yeah, it's all vertically integrated for the most part. So they do everything in house.
Would you like
Their
to
genetics.
explain to them what vertically integrated means?
They control every part of the process, from top to the bottom. So they manufacture stuff, they distro it to themselves,
This is my food.
and then they sell it.
Sick.
All right, we can take a break. Yeah.
Yep. All right, let's do this. Hold on, I bet you.
In this duo, it's like, you know, he's the brains and I'm the tits, and
right.
I have tits.
I think me too.
it's
We're both the tits.
We're both the tits.
it's hard to have tits this nice.
God, puppy.
Hello.
What's up, dude?
Hello.
What up?
What's up, mama? Hello.
So should we
He's
take
in a
Hot tub.
hot tub? Everybody's out there. What's up, huh?
Oh yeah, we'll do.
We have a big
Guest, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Lulu,
yeah.
right?
We have a new guest, Lulu.
What's up, mama?
If I had one of
No,
Leah.
if
Oh
I had
shit.
one of these dogs,
That's what I said, Leah.
What's up, Leah?
what's the?
I think they're. I don't know. The only ones I've seen like that are Bijans, but I think that's like a poodle mix.
What are the dogs? What's the dragon in Neverending Story?
She's so skinny. Look how it's like just a little
Tiny.
wafer.
I got a fucking 80-pound bulldog at home and
He loves to fuck me.
take shit the size of nuts.
It does.
Oh,
every
dude,
time
it
we
literally we go over there and humps Frank for a minute straight.
That's
Let me
epic.
get you dabbed out.
Yeah, you want to
Yeah.
try? Should we try some of this?
Yeah, let's do it up.
Some of this Jungle
Like cookies
Boys
and cream shit?
Cookies and cream.
Oh,
So yeah,
Live resin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are the concentrates that good out in Florida?
they're still like poop brown for the most part. Yeah?
Listen, I don't buy the concentrates that are in from
Nah.
Florida.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're there, but I mean,
Smart man.
a bunch of stuff comes in from like Washington and Oregon.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a lot of Oleum. If you ever heard of Oleum, is a
The bigger
company
brand out there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really like that stuff a lot. So a
And
lot
so-
of the stuff that I smoke's coming in from out of state.
but for the most part, it's out-of-state packaged product.
yeah,
Crazy. Like branded. It's
there's a shit ton of black market like
course, of
slabs and
course.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah,
are
totally.
fucking rampant.
Have you seen that?
What?
They're putting pine wood resin in it now.
Yeah, people are putting, and basically it's a filler for the most part, but basically it's a tree resin, and you put it in there, and it's a stabilizer, so it makes it look, and it turns to that amber color, and they're using it to fill. So they'll probably put a little THC in there so it smells or whatever,
So they're
you
putting
know.
tree sap in it now.
Yeah, and then so a lot of black market shit, like there's videos of people taking dabs and then fucking like their mouth just immediately being coated with what looks like silicone, like that kind of like almost like hardening around their lips, like gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
And it's just one of those things that, I mean, if you're buying shit that's at least from a shop or like from a legit brand, it's like, all right, cool. At least it's like cool.
Hopefully.
That being said, Florida, like I heard, I don't know how much like of this is. I've like just read random shit, but they say that a lot of the licenses out there are owned by like a lot of corporations from Israel. Like a lot of like the medical licenses, like for like shops
Oh,
and
I'm
stuff
sure.
like that,
Oh, so
are owned by like bigger corporations.
a lot of the medical shit period is owned by people from the Middle East in Tampa heavily. They're all like these weird, strange, like 43-year-old out of shape kooks that like just have a bunch of like 20-year-old escorts around them in Tampa and just like
They're like the Ignite team.
the definition of like scumbags. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well,
it's
you
just
see
unbelievable.
them. See them? Oh, damn. You see
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm having a hard time with this conversation because I'm not trying to say like
no,
the
like,
them word or like those people. They're like, you know what I'm saying? Like get caught up in any bullshit. Like,
guys that,
because I ain't saying none of that.
the guys, they're rich, like they're rich guys that
135 is
hysterical.
cool.
They're
135?
they're
Yeah,
rich
so roast
guys
yourself.
that you see them when they ship their like Lambos and people and stuff over.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
And people.
And people. No, I mean and people. This might be on the Patreon. All right, it's hysterical. No, I know what you mean. JP's going to be
Keep it
hosting this
together, Frank.
podcast by himself next week.
Frank's getting canceled.
It's not the first time.
Yes, it is.
this stuff's great.
Yeah, man, they do such a
So
wonderful job.
it's crazy that Jungle Boys thing. So obviously a bunch of people out here have big names. Summit Boys has huge names. Fresh Baked has huge names. All those, everybody's got big names. But for some reason, the Jungle Boys thing's made it all the way over to Florida. Like people,
Really?
I don't know
All
if it's
the-
black,
Europe,
if it's
dog, all
black
the
market.
Europe.
I don't know if it's like people. I don't know if it's people stealing like their bags or their product stuff, you know what I'm saying? And just putting their own shit in it and doing it like that. But there's Jungle Boy shit in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like now they're at the point now where most of it is fake, unless people are just buying bags and shipping it, because they used to have like great prices on shit. So people would just come and buy a bunch of shit and then just triple the price and ship it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are down for that. Because they just
A
want
lot
to.
of people are down.
They just want to
for
post the bag on Instagram, dog. That's all they really care about is the bag.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
give a fuck
Yeah.
what's inside of it, as long as
So
it gets them high.
I've literally seen Jungle Boy shit in Florida, but I don't know if it's real or not.
So like
I
now
can't
they have
vouch for
like
that.
QR codes and like holographic stickers and shit to help verify and stuff like that, and like to make
But
sure
also,
they're
I
legit.
saw that you could just buy the holographic stickers.
Yeah, sure, but if you scan them,
if
they
you
don't go
scan
to the right
them,
place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like so normally you scan them and they go to like either like it'll be a website where you can verify those numbers. That's how Jungle Boy is doing it. But some people also like will like put test results or whatever. A lot of the fake like raw garden carts that were going out, they had the QR codes to make them look legit.
Yeah.
But when you like scanned it, it would like bring you to buy toilet paper on Amazon or whatever,
Yeah.
some random shit.
There was
Hilarious.
a big issue with like the cartridges. I know the cartridge game is dead. Period.
Yeah, bro.
But with
Cart
Florida, oh my god, the
Cartgate? Is that what they called it?
Cart game.
Yeah, Cartgate.
Hilarious.
Cartgate. That's what they call it.
Cartridge,
Cartgate.
yeah, absolutely, dude. Vapegate. Yeah.
Vapegate?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's fucking because it dipped. It's like sales in the industry dipped so fucking much for your
They can't, you
vaporizer.
can't get rid of them.
Yeah, people didn't want them
nobody-
anymore.
Nobody will buy 'em.
And then
knowing
and
that
then-
I'm friends with will buy
yeah.
them.
Any sort of distillate that with like additives or any of that like stuff like that. So like we just stopped selling botanical terpenes.
Yeah.
Like anything with distillate botanical terpene, we just stopped selling it because people just didn't want it anymore.
Yeah.
And so we sold a lot more flour and a lot more fucking concentrates.
Makes
It was
sense.
crazy, dude. But it was like a good 4 or 5 months of that, and then people like started buying edibles and like Petromint started picking up like the microdose edibles and shit because people still wanted to get high but didn't want to get fucked up.
Yeah.
And then now edibles are really picking up. Like gummies are one of the biggest
I
fucking categories.
love edibles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
It's
bro.
nicer, too, when you're
A
traveling.
couple 100 milligrams, dude.
Yeah,
fuck
bro.
me up.
I eat a fat dose of edibles every time I fly.
Fuck
Dude,
without a
when I
doubt.
went to Japan, same thing. I just packed hard on edibles, and then by the time I landed in Japan, it was good because I didn't want to have anything on me when I
Going
was
through
there.
customs.
When
Yeah.
I came over here from Florida, I ate like 400 something milligrams of edibles.
That's it, bro.
Fucking
And dude, it hits
hopped
different
on
in
a
the
plane
air,
at si-
bro.
Yeah.
It hits different when you're in the sky and you're fucking in a
Yeah, it
box.
really is. It really is because you're like, I can't leave. I'm also just in the air, moving thousands of miles per hour. I'm in a tube. Yeah.
Fucking, it was crazy because it's like 6 in the morning, and I eat this fat dose of edibles. So like, I hadn't slept. I stayed up because I had to be there at like 4 because I just wanted to get through everything. And
Yeah,
like
I
everything's
get you.
weird.
You get there and there's no lines. 'cause
I
of
get there and there's
COVID.
no lines. I got through in like 13 minutes. I'm at the gate and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna wait another 2 hours here. You know what I'm
Eyes
saying?
shit.
Yeah. So that thing kicked in. So I'm sitting at the gate trying to not fall asleep because I'm like, eyes are rolling in the back of my head off of these edibles, and I make it on the plane and I just instantly sleep and like wake up from the guy like being in the thing like, oh, we're fucking putting your seatbelt on, about to land. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Same thing.
shit.
We were like 30 minutes
Like
out.
5
when I
hours,
woke
you're
up.
just out.
I literally
Great.
like
So great.
teleported teleported. You
That
know what
time
I'm saying?
travel
Kind of
shit,
time
bro?
travel.
Yeah.
So you went back in time, dog.
I
Bro.
swear. I could. This couldn't even be real. I mean, we're all supposed to be living in a simulation anyways, right?
Yeah, man, I love it. It's also, it's kind of like what happened when, I don't know if you guys did this. I mean, it's just sleeping, but to you when you were like a kid, like, maybe it's like deep REM sleep, but you'd be like driving, you fall asleep, you wake up, you're already there. You're like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I didn't have to deal with any of that in between shit. Edibles is how that happens to me now.
Oh, I can't hit any of that, bro. When I eat edibles or I take dabs, like a bunch of dabs before I sleep, it's like nothing. It's like
Yeah,
black,
yeah. Yeah,
like
it's
a black
great.
hole.
I love
yeah,
it.
I don't dream at all, dude.
All right, let's go and wrap this up because I know you got one more tattoo. Anything you want to plug before you go? Or before we go?
Man, dude, just here at BaseCamp, all
Mm-hmm.
the guys that, you know, have shown me so much love out here in LA, you know, Aaron, Mike, Derek, all the boys,
Josh, yeah.
My God, fucking, it's been great.
Yeah.
I love it out here. And it's sick that this is going to be the new spot. So,
Yeah?
Yeah, bro.
you know, bunch of good things. Stoked on meeting you guys. Shout out to you guys
Yeah.
for having me on, you
Yeah.
know.
What's your Instagram? What's your socials?
A.Samuel_tattoos, if
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
wants to check it out.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
posted
And also a beautiful piece.
yeah, for sure. The
Yeah.
pineapple guy was sick.
Fucking
right?
amazing. Yeah.
Can I check it out real quick
Yeah,
before we
yeah.
go?
Yeah.
See how this thing's healing up? Oh yeah, she's looking great, dude.
Feels great too. It also wasn't the you know, the upkeep was not bad at all. It was
Yeah.
very, very dope.
It's easy, especially with that Sanoderm.
Here you go, Frank.
One
Oh,
more?
okay. Yeah,
And
I'll
then
do
for
one
the
more.
road guy.
Here you go, Bubba.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Summit Boys for the dabs. They're super good. They're definitely here local and a bunch of other places as well. We got the banana fritter and a couple of GMO and the Purple fritter. So if you guys want to stop and grab some of that, I highly suggest it.
Hell yeah. And Frank dies
Also,
for
all
the
the,
outro.
also, what else? HighriseTV.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
The homies.
All the homies. Is that one a little hot?
That's how we're gonna end it. That was also like a fucking quarter gram. That was also like a glob.
Yeah, buddy.
You bring another shirt? How much?
Hello, my name's Frank Castillo, and welcome to Buddies. I'm very, very high. This is JP Noda. Hello, JP.
What's
Would you
up,
like
guys?
to say words? Today's guest is
Andrew Samuel.
Andrew Samuel. He gave me a dope tattoo of a pineapple with guns on it. Yeah, that's the rest of the episode.
That's how we're outroing every episode now.
Him just dying.
Yeah.